And welcome, everybody to WAFFLEBOARD Breaks Thursday night, second box break, Facebook box break since the reload. 35 boxes tonight. How's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying the game. Looks like Edmonton's about to stamp their ticket to the finals again. No. Dallas got back to 3-2, so they're not going away, going easy. Obviously, Rupe Hintz back in the lineup for them with the second goal for Dallas. Interesting to see how they go. Obviously, my boy Jeff Skinner got into the lineup, his second ever playoff game. Played one game in the King Series, and because the loss of Brown and definitely because the loss of Hyman, he's in at right wing for the Oil tonight and scored their third goal. So yeah, he's in place to get the game winner. But we'll see how the game's got a long way to go. Still 7 minutes left in the second, and then Dallas is going to be fighting for their life in the third for their playoff life. So I mean, that's can't ask for much more than that. Obviously, it's a 3-2 game in the second. Fantastic game. Did you close it? Did you grab in that, Derek? Let me know. I didn't check the Facebook page. Once I went live, I didn't. Did you add it in the text? Let me know. But that was the last spot. Was the Dennis Pot fan for 6 beans. So if you like that, you can grab that. So I didn't look at the Facebook page. So if you claimed it on there, I'll definitely catch up to that. So on Facebook, okay. Let me actually have it open in another tab. I had to keep everything running smooth. I had to move everything over on to a new tab for streaming. So let me see where it is. Let me refresh that. Where's my dice roller? Hey, what's up, Thomas M? Man, he's got looking to start his hot streak. Thomas M, look out for everybody. Look out, room. So congratulations, Thomas, having hit the last one. Let me see. I'm trying to just approve claim, just to tighten things up here on the Facebook page. Where's the claim posts? There's my posts. There it is. Let me. Yeah, that is yours, Derek. And we'll put that down. Put you down for the Dennis Potvin. Derek F. Okay, perfect. Thank you, everybody, for the filling the break tonight. Our Big Bear, Big Al is sitting out tonight. So you guys actually stepped up in his absence, which is good. Obviously, we're gonna have some different people on spots tonight, which is great. Some people we haven't seen in a while. It's welcome back, Anthony C, Tony C, stepping in, picking up a spot tonight. Who's trying to say? Oh, Tim K grabbed the spot. Obviously, one of Big Al's spots in his absence. Who else do we have? We got both Jason M and James M. Glad to see both of you guys in the same break. Good luck to you guys. Obviously, Nick F grabbed spots. Thomas M, of course, coming off his win, grabbed spots. And like I said, Sonic is still within hailing distance. Devin D made an appearance. Came in from the colds, came in from the woods, wherever he may be. So welcome back, Devin D. Good luck to everybody. We got Mike H, Derek, of course. Let me see who else. CK is in here with us. Who else we got? Thomas M, of course, coming off the hot streak. We got James M, Jason M, Tyrone, of course. He's got some spots. He's been on fire as well. I think is that everybody? Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. Mike H, of course. Mike H being loyal to his Detroit players. I'd like to welcome him, of course. Let me see. We're looking pretty good, like I said. But we are missing a couple of our semi-regulars, of course, and one game hit streak. Every hit streak's got to start with one. Then you move on to the second. So what up, Ty? Welcome to you too. Good to see everybody here. Like I said, it's this first week after the reload is fun. Like I said, I try to keep the spot prices as low as we can across the board, of course. And then, we'll be down to 34 after tonight. And then, of course, 32 next Tuesday. So it's just like that, we get down to almost into the 20s. So, but you guys, spots are live on eBay. I saw a couple of them got bids. I didn't see exactly which ones. I saw some of the new stuff, but I knew there was about 5 or 6 bids already in. So you guys take care of that at your leisure. What's Miss? Yeah, like I said, I mean, we'll see what said. We got a pretty good crowd. Like I said, I think it's 15. We haven't had this many people in a single break in quite some time. Usually we're in the 10 to 12 area, especially even as we get lower and lower. But with 35 boxes, to get 15 different people in with a spot is pretty good. Like I said, and even missing, no big out tonights. Who else is out that's been here semi-regularly? I think that's about it for our recent semi-regulars. Of course, we don't have our weekend breakers, and so we're missing. See who else? My resident Maple Leaf fan, Jason R, is not here. So I know. Yeah, Jason R is not in. So, but everybody else, like I said, you guys came out in force tonight. I appreciate it. So we're just one game on tonight. Looks like we may be getting close to Edmonton out of the fourth. Oh, Connor McDavid, of course. McJesus steps up. He wants to go back to the finals. 4-2. 4 minutes left in the second. So we'll see if they can close that out. I don't think Dallas is solved. Stu Skinner, he's still playing pretty well. I mean, Robertson, of course, is one of their best players, and Rupe Hintz. And like I said, there's always going to be some attrition. I mean, everybody team has to suffer some health issues to make a playoff run. And Rupe Hintz being out for a while, and then Robertson being out at the beginning of the playoffs, and getting those guys back is good for Dallas. They're a good deep team, but facing elimination, and Edmonton knows that they're a step away from getting back to rematch for the finals. That they went to 7 last year. You lost 2-1 in the final game with a late Reinhart goal. So I mean, that's how close they are. I'm sure McDavid and Dry can taste it. I love seeing my boy Jeff Skinner step in and produce. Getting a goal was huge for him. Like I said, he suffered through. I mean, obviously he was, in Carolina when they weren't very good, and then Buffalo when they weren't very good, and he got paid pretty big money. He was producing well when he plays with top talent, and he's always been a player that I was always a fan of. And I probably would. I don't know if I grab a Buffalo. I probably would grab a Carolina one. Never seen one of his older jerseys for sale, or it's been quite some time. Even when he was traded, I was hoping the Carolina ones would pop up, but have not found one. That's one I would definitely PC if I found myself a Jeff Skinner. And not huge on another Oiler jersey, but I definitely am always looking for a Carolina, and I probably would do Buffalo if I saw one. But like I said, I've always been a Jeff Skinner fan from the get-go, and it's nice to see him to see getting some chance to play and getting a goal. That's huge. Like I said, I mean, I'm assuming I know Hyman's out for the rest of the playoffs. He had to have surgery on his leg, and Connor Brown, I don't think he had some head issues, I think, from his hit, or he got walloped pretty good. So I'm not sure, what the prognosis is for him coming back. He's a left winger, so Skinner on the right wing in place of Hyman is huge for Edmonton going forward, because we know how good Florida's been playing, and we know it's going to be. You're going to have to all hands on deck if it's going to be Edmonton and Florida again. Florida knows what it feels like to lose in the finals, and they know what it feels like to win in the finals. So those are the growing pains. You got to take those hits. Obviously Edmonton, hopefully, I don't know what you learned from losing after being down 3-0 and tying it, and then winning or losing game 7, 2-1 late. I don't know what else you learn from that other than knowing you're that close. Hockey is one of those things you don't play with a ball, so you get weird bounces sometimes. We're talking 1 second of blown coverage and boom, the game's over. Obviously the game 7 last year, if anybody here, I'm sure you guys watched it, but having that be 1-1 late, and Sammy Reinhart, just got loose for a second and got that wicked wrister, and there's the cup. Like you said, I would love to see Edmonton win. I would love to see Florida repeat. As a Bolt fan, it hurts to see your state rival, win another cup. But the fact that you'd have 6 straight. We have 6 straight finals appearances by Florida teams, which is pretty crazy. So it's, having 3 of the 4 cups, maybe 4th cup. That's the thing. Would Colorado beat them? I don't believe Colorado fixed their goaltending. I don't know if that's their weakness, but I don't think the McKenzie was their answer. And like I said, I don't know if Colorado. I don't know if they made some good moves. Obviously they moved off from Rantanen because they weren't going to pay him, and they brought in quality players to take his place, and they all played well. I'm not going to deny that. Ignatius and Doyle. They have a Drury. Drury. They have a good deep team. Obviously, if you're not going to get huge production from, the Makars, it's just tough. It's tough. But like I said, the ref that calls them in pretty up and down across the board, depending on what team you're rooting for. I'm not going to say it's been fantastic, perfect refereeing, but that's what it is. You win a cup, you're able to suffer through some misreffing here and there, and these deep teams are proven. They're battle tested and they're deep. It's tough to keep up roster and still add pieces to make differences. It's tough. Like I said, we'll see if Florida is going to have to do something. They have a lot of money under the cap, so I think they got to figure out what they want to do. Bennett's going to be, sought after. He's a free agent, and he's been amazing in this cup run. Ekblad is probably going to be, shown the door, because that's a lot of money to commit to him, and he's been a lifer there, former first overall pick, cup winner. But obviously they if they learned anything from the way Tampa does it, they're going to have to, make some hard choices, and then that's the way it is. These teams, the smart teams, are able to move on from players and reload, and your scouting department is important. Your agents, your front office talking to agents to convince players to sign, try to take a little bit of a discount if you want to be on a cup contender. It's tough. Like I said, I don't think it's rigged if Florida wins, but they are that good a team. Obviously in the East, every team they played against is flawed. Toronto, we know they can't get over the hump. Carolina just doesn't have that next step. Evidently, they're not quite a cup contender, but they're a cup contender. But I don't know if they're a finalist contender. I don't know if what Carolina needs to do to get past a team like Florida, but just seems to be, they've been close a couple times. I know Tampa's not as good as Florida, and everything would have to go their way for them to get deeper in the playoffs. And Florida showed them the door. It's just in the East. It's just right now the teams aren't as good as Florida. So it's just, you have your original 6 teams in the East that just aren't as good. The East Coast juggernauts we've had from the Rangers and the Devils and the Boston, they're just not as good right now. So it's Florida has to take advantage of that. They got to make cup runs when they have them. It's not easy to win 12 games to get out of your conference, and they're 1 game away from doing that. Or no, they did that. They got all their 12 wins, so now we're in the finals. But it's not easy to get those 12 wins. Like I said, that 4th win in the series is the toughest. And obviously, we'll see. We'll see what Edmonton, if they can do that today. So, but I'm happy. I'm glad. We'll see. I think it'll start. They believe it'll start on the 4th of June if Edmonton wins tonight. If they lose, it'll start on the 7th. I think I saw that's what the scheduling. So make sure you check out your schedules. Let me look at the calendar, what that is. So if Edmonton closes out tonight, we start the finals on Wednesday the 4th. And if Edmonton loses tonight, it's pushed back to the Saturday the 7th. So no matter what, if it ends in 6 or 7 games, I think they allow for that for the Western team. But they lock it in. You have to obviously prepare for travel, for the hundreds and or whatever, even possibly thousands of people that move between these cities for the games. Obviously, they got the hotels and airfare but 4th is the day if Edmonton closes out tonight. So they'll be up late making reservations and getting everything ready to get the media as well as the teams, and fans will be able to get ready to travel. But the 4th is if it closes tonight, and then the 7th as if it goes 6 or 7 games, which is pretty cool. Like, at least we know, where hockey is. We have our middle June, the middle weeks of June. We have 4 to 7 games coming, and whether it's going to be Edmonton, like I said, well, there is, like I said, they sometimes they get a little too over calling on the slash and stuff. But I mean, when the stick breaks, I mean, you got these, $300, $400, $500 composite sticks. When the slashes are breaking them, they're coming down pretty hard on them. But the stuff on the hands, they try to catch that. The hooking they get, sometimes it's weak, but I mean, obviously, if it's a scoring chance, they got to call that. But there's I think embellishment is I mean, I don't think it's blatant embellishment, as is more like just making sure the refs see it. So it's yeah, I mean, that's true. Like I said, I mean, Bednar definitely. I mean, you can only fault your coaching so far because they get you there. The players have to do it on the ice. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit. The coaches are always going to get a little bit of the blame if the teams don't come through, especially when you get down to these last 4 teams, which I think are all potential Cup champions. I mean, I think Dallas and Carolina are definitely Cup champion possible teams. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised to see either of them raise the cup. But Florida and Edmonton seem to be doing everything right, including getting some bounces. You got to get some calls, you got to get some bounces, but your team's got to respond. And just hearing about the way Florida as a team operates even off the ice is just amazing. Like, that kind of chemistry, like, I don't think every team has that. I mean, I don't even think Tampa really has that. Like, Tampa, like, some of their players, I mean, especially guys like Cooch, they're not like, seem to be like huge, involved with the team activities. Though some of them are, but I mean, you always usually aren't. So it's just weird seeing them with the way they interact with the community in the Tampa area. Some players are obviously more involved than others, but hearing about how Florida is off the ice is just, but I mean, Paul Maurice, just hearing him talk about those personalities and how they are off the ice, it's just amazing. Like I said, that's the kind of stories you like to hear, because everybody can say, oh, we could show up to practice and our teams are dedicated and they start within a week or two after the season ends getting ready for the next season. But hearing about the stuff, how they evolved with each other off the ice is amazing. Like I said, hockey has that ability. It's not like they're on like they're with Stephon Diggs on a boat. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's more like just seeing the way they are, with each other off the ice is just amazing. So like I said, I mean, it's you don't want to. That's the thing. I mean, is it the coach's fault, the players' fault? Do these leads that have been vanishing in the playoffs? That's been the kind of playoffs it is. I've been amazed to see so many third period leads get wiped out by the teams coming from behind. And I mean, it's just amazing. Like, I mean, it really boggles the mind how many teams have been able to come from behind in games in this playoffs. I mean, obviously, even look at Edmonton. I mean, and they're down 0-2 to LA. I mean, like I said, it's even these teams that are advancing, are making amazing comebacks. So it's been pretty impressive. I mean, you could say it's been sad the way the teams have not been able to hold leads. It's just, I mean, it's not. I'm not going to blame system play, because once you get a lead, you can only do so much to just go into a shell. But I mean, even Florida, like last night, they were getting, they're getting shelled. Like they didn't have any shots. I mean, you're trying to close out a team. They have to weather the storms, because obviously teams are playing with their their lives on the line. It's just a matter of weathering that surge and then counterpunching. And that's what I'm saying. These teams that are left, obviously Edmonton, obviously obviously Dallas and Florida, have shown to have the best counterpunches, which it's important. Obviously, I mean, Colorado to me is an amazing offensive machine. They didn't seem to have that counterpunch. Like, that's what you need. The Dallas has that counterpunch. I mean, Rantanen went out of his mind against the Colorado team. Like, I mean, some of the best third periods I've seen in years, just in a playoff run. And just, I mean, obviously you've been a lot cooled off in this round because it's tough to do, 4 series of that type of play. But when your team that lacks that counter punch, when you get up big and then when you get tied or you get behind, you got to be able to get off the mat and come back. And the teams behind have actually looked better. And sometimes that's amazing to see because you figure desperation, is not always the best thing because that's when you get beat on the long outlet passes. But these teams have been playing great with desperation. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the regular season, sometimes you almost get, diluted thinking because seeing your team do that to bad teams all year long, you start getting that false sense of security that you can do it in the playoffs. But then you get down to these last 8 to 4 teams, and they just don't let you counterpunch. Like that's the way it is. Like everybody looks good against the bad teams. Anyway, everybody looks good against the Anaheim, San Jose, Chicago's. I mean, everybody looks good against those teams. Put up 7, 8, 9. I saw teams with like double digits. You're like, seriously. But then. And like I said, you're not going to play the same playoff style when you match up against Dallas in the regular season or when you match up against Florida in the regular season. Like, I'm not saying those teams pace themselves, but you got to pace yourself. I mean, you can't go all out. Like Bennett he's a missile. Like, obviously Hyman's been the hittingest player in the playoffs. Obviously, he's out for the season now, but these players have been on a mission, knowing what it takes to get to the finals. So it's just been enjoyable. So we got, like I said, we got a third period to go for Dallas. We'll see if they have anything left in their tank. Obviously, basically, if you think about it, if they want the playoffs to continue, they have to outscore Edmonton 3-0 in the third period. And come on, like I don't have any hope of that's happening. But like I said, that first goal goes a long way. You make it 4-3, and then Edmonton's got to sweat a little bit. So, but thinking in your head, you can't give up a goal, and you need 3 to win. I mean, whether it's an overtime, whatever it is. But like I said, that's the way you have to think about it. So let's get going tonight. 35 boxes. Thank you everybody for being involved. Let me see. Yeah, like I don't have any bias. Like I said, I love every bit of these teams. There's players that I love on every single one of these teams. It's just I can look at it with a completely open because, like I said, I know the good and the bad with Tampa. Like I said, I'm willing to accept it. But there's teams I want to see. Like I said, I would love to see Winnipeg make a run, and it just didn't happen. They fell flat. I mean, for whatever may reason. I mean, you see Hellebuck and his playoff, pedigree, but I mean, you can say everything about that top to bottom. That team was just not good enough. They had a great regular season, but they just fell flat in the playoffs. These teams left definitely have what it takes to win. So let's get going. 35 boxes tonight. Like I said, spots are live on eBay, so make sure you guys get your bids in over there. We'll be down to 34 and 33 on Sunday, which will be fun. So I'm not sure exactly what my schedule will be for next week. It may not be Tuesday and Thursday. I may have to switch things up, but I'll keep everybody give everybody notice of what the schedule will be. But next week it may alter up a little bit. I have to look at the schedule for me anyway. Let me see. Looking at that. So I probably will do. May do Monday and Thursday. Might be the plan. Maybe Monday and Thursday. Yeah, it may not be Tuesday. So I may do Monday and Thursday next week. So think about that. So get ready for that. We're not going to be doing Tuesday for sure. And probably not Wednesday. So I may do Monday and Thursday next week. But other than that, everything else is pretty normal. I'll get the spot price preview up Sunday after we break. But other than that, let me see. I got 15 boxes left from the reload on the left side here. So they're all there, ready to roll. We hit one the other nights. Let me see. On Tuesday, obviously. Like I said, I have boxes up, Brian and Ron from Sundays to be hit. So and then Thomas, of course, hit on Tuesday. So good luck to everybody. This is box 450. So I didn't make the big deal out of 450. We've done 471 jerseys. We've hit 22 double jersey boxes. We haven't had those in a while, but we'll see as I'm able to get more stuff for reloads. Hopefully I can throw in some double boxes for you guys, upcoming reloads. So let's go in here. Like I said, I think we have 15 different people tonight. Where's my randoms and my dice? Where's my dice and my list? Okay. Let me make sure. Where's my get everybody on the same page. We did all good the other day. We didn't lose my stream, so. Okay. My sound there. Okay. Let's get over to that. Okay. Of course, we do 5 or more on our dice roll to come up with our box. Our boxes are all here. Our oldest 2, of course, are still in there, 60 and 3. The only 2 from 2024. Everything else is from February, actually, where 30 and 38 and then 53, 57. Those are from the February and the March. And then April, May, and June reloads. 15 from the technically June reload, which is what our last reload was. So the only number that was skipped, of course, was 3. And we hit 95 on Tuesday. So good luck, everybody. Let's get going to this. 5 or more. Let's do it. 10 times. Big number. We've had a lot of no numbers. We've done 5, 6, 7, 10 times, guys. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. See what you guys do with Big Al not hanging out tonight. Let's see. Let's see who steps up. 35 boxes, 10 times randomization. Let's see what we got. 6, 7, 8, 9. And the box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 67. 67 it is. 10 times, 35 boxes, 67. 10 times, 35 boxes, 67. Okay. Okie doke. 67 it is. Right there in the dead center. 67. Okay, make my internal notes. Okay. 67. Okay. 67. 67. 67 it is. Here we guys go. Box 67. Good luck, everybody. Actually, let me get my list up so I can see. 67, 67. Ooh. Good luck, everybody. 35 boxes. Box number 67. Who's it going to be? Hall of Famer as a coach and multiple Stanley Cup winner, Jacques Lemaire. Montreal Canadiens legends. A legend. Blue Ink Sig. That is a Kojo's hollow sticker. Absolutely wonderful Hall of Fame legends. The player, as a coach, Jacques Lemaire, Montreal Canadiens, Fanatics Vintage. There we go. Les Habitants. There it is. Montreal Canadiens. The Habs hit. The Habs hit. Fanatics Vintage, of course, beautiful. Red, white, and blue. Blue, blanc, and rouge. as the French go. Congratulations, Jacques Lemaire. There we go. Let me see who we got. Jacques Lemaire tonight. Let me go. Jacques. Oh, that is Tyrone. I'm telling you, Tyrone is feeling it. Congratulations, Ty. It's nice to be on a hot streak. Anytime you're on a bit of a heater, it feels good. So congratulations, Tyrone. You've been chasing that for quite some time, on and off, not every break, but congratulations to you. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit. Your odds are now even better for Sunday. 1 in 34, 1 in 33 are 2 boxes on Sunday night. So congratulations, Ty. Love seeing Jacques Lemaire come out the boxes. Fanatics Vintage, of course. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Didn't get much love I thought it should have. Obviously, a lot of our young bucks, they're not familiar with Lemaire. Obviously, he's a player, but obviously he's a coach as well. So congratulations, Jacques Lemaire makes an appearance. Very, very nice. Fanatics Vintage, always a fan. There we go. You're welcome, Ty. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody getting involved. Nice big group tonight, 15 different people, obviously, which is fun. You never want to see, like one person have 30 spots, but that's it. Sometimes if you want to hit, obviously that's the way it goes with like the roulette board, trying to cover the board. But yeah, like I said, I like seeing it divided up, and especially we didn't have no big out tonight, so I knew it could be somebody completely new. But obviously Ty is feeling it right now. Congratulations to him. I said he's not every break, but Ty's definitely been hotter than usual. So congratulations to him. Like I said, and make sure we enjoy the third period tonight. We'll see if Dallas has any life left in them. Obviously, it's been nice to see a little more hockey, even if it's just the last game of the series, or obviously because of game 6 and game 7. But like I said, I'd be fine if Edmonton and Florida have to start up on the 4th. But we'll see if it's Florida and one of these two teams on the 7th. So that would be the alternate result if the Stars are able to come back and win this one somehow. But so thank you very much, everybody. Like I said, WAFFLEBOARD breaks. You guys will be off for a couple of days, but make sure you get your bids in over on eBay. Do what you want. Always a banger. Like I said, I love everything that comes out of here. There's nothing. Like I said, he's not a current name, but he's a Hall of Fame name, multiple Stanley Cup winner as a player and as a head coach, absolute legends. So Jacques Lemaire is a nice hit, especially for anybody that's familiar with who he is. So very, very nice. I look forward to seeing you guys back here on Sunday. And then next week, we start to get down into the 20s again. So just like that. But 34 and 33 for Sunday. Definitely enjoy the game tonight. See if we have a game 6 coming, but if not, we'll get ready for next week's finals. So thank you much, guys. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out. Take care.